Chet says, how often do you need to do data engineering tasks before doing your modeling? It depends. It depends, Chet. Because data engineering is a big topic, right? But it depends on any number of factors, right? How big is your data? How often do you need it? How often is it updated? But if you meant more about the data processing, because we talked about the data, pre-processing that's needed for neural networks. That can also be dependent. Are you doing a NLP problem? Are you doing a computer vision problem? With NLP, there's different ways you can tokenize. There's different ways you can do lemming and stemming. The tokenization is only one pre-processing step. There's another pre-processing step that comes around the sequencing and the vectors. So it kind of depends, chat. There's really no end to that. Generally speaking, you want to kind of lock down your dictionary and your tokens. That's something that you typically wouldn't change. You typically wouldn't experiment with that. But you would experiment with other portions of the pre-processing. So unfortunately, there's no hard and fast answers there. And yeah, and guys, keep in mind, this kind of reminded me of another thing. One of the downsides to kind of working with neural networks or with these like business projects is that a lot of these questions that you guys are asking about, like Chet's asking about the data engineering, or somebody else mentioned about how you don't know how many layers to start with. Unfortunately, a lot of that's going to be dictated to you just by the time that your project in the workplace is allotted. Like sometimes you might just have to say, hey, look, I've been doing experiments. This is the best model I can get, but you're giving me a deadline of today. So this is the best model I have today. If you gave me another month, I could probably come up with a much better model. But if we have to ship today, then this is the best model today. So yeah, keep in mind, guys, that a lot of the stuff we're talking about, just because I'm giving you examples of these experiments, doesn't mean you're actually going to be given the time to do them. Sometimes you're just going to ship whatever is available at that time, like because you only had X number of weeks, right? So I kind of hate saying that because it's kind of stinks from a scientific perspective, but that's just like the reality of you got to ship something, right? And not every project is going to give you infinite time, right? So keep that in mind too, guys. Narena, is it Narena, or maybe just Naren? I'm a data scientist, as my role says now, but I don't feel like one. That's a common thing I get. I get a lot of clients that come to me for imposter syndrome. So if you want to, schedule a coaching session, I'd be happy to talk to you about that. Because I'm guessing you don't want to talk about that publicly. But yeah, guys, if there's something I can help you with in private, you want to talk to me one-on-one. I also offer coaching sessions. I've been building up that side of my business. I have some really, really great clients right now, really people that I appreciate working with. So if you'd like to be one of those clients, feel free to contact me and we can get in touch. But Narena, what you're writing about here is very common. I have a lot of clients that come to me for imposter syndrome, or to build up their data scientist skills, or maybe it's their first time like in a formal data scientist role. So what you're feeling is totally common. Let me know, I can help you. Lallman says, if I work on building an LLM from scratch, is that a neural network project too? Yes, Lallman. So guys, this is another reason why I was kind of like really interested in neural networks, is because there are some advanced problems in data science that are kind of hard to do without neural networks, right? Like I had another client who came to me recently and they said, well, I want to become an NLP expert. Well, when somebody asks me that, my immediate question to them is, how do you feel about neural networks?